before that I come from a STEM background, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And there's this tendency to believe that those types of things did not exist prior to, colonization. And of course they existed here. I mean, we had our medicines, we had our technology, we had our architecture, we built earth lodges with no nails. We were inventors, we were artists, musicians, we were all of these things. And I think about the Native contributions, gosh, and it's not just like in recent memory or anything like that, but all of these medicines, all of these innovations with the natural world, democracy, all of this, thought, all of this stuff was contributed by Native people, and we didn't necessarily get the acknowledgement, not necessarily, we did not get the acknowledgement that would have been given to a non-Native person. Like, I tend to think of like these places that got named, like the Mount McKinley or whatever. They all had names before. They had identifiers before. They were already named. We had a name for them. The fact that somebody comes and discovers a particular mountain or something and then puts his name on it does not make that all of a sudden there's a mountain there. These things have been recognized and acknowledged for generations. So I think about all of that and how there's kind of a resurgence of and a reclamation of that, those identities and re-acknowledgement. And like I think about Harney Peak is now Black Elk Peak, and there's different spots in the United States that are being reclaimed, so to speak, with their traditional names. And that's important. It is very important because it helps to tell people and it helps to inform our younger generations, everyone, not native, non-native, that there was a history here prior to anybody setting foot from across the pond. There was stories and history and life and cities and just everything that was all here already. Didn't just suddenly appear out of nowhere. So I mean that there's that, but then there's also in the modern context. I think of like my friend John Harrington, who was the first Native American astronaut. I was just looking at his pictures of him doing work outside the space shuttle and things like that. People like that making contributions to the academic realm, to sports, to art, life in general, just like any other individual. We just happen to be such a small population, so our impact may not be as loud as others, but we're still here. We are still here. There was a concerted effort to remove us, but it makes me so proud. It feels so strong, the idea and the fact that we are still here. We are still thriving. We are working very, very hard to make our voices heard. We are just living our lives, and doing so in the way that we want to, reclaiming that sovereignty and trying to make things better and the path clearer and wider for the ones that come behind us. So